going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today we are taking a look at some EDC knives that range in price from $40 all the way up to $150. Before we get started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. The first knife we're going to kick the list off with is the CJRB Cane, and this is a collaboration with Sanford Owen, the owner of Monterey Bay Knives, which is awesome. I love his work, and CJRB does a great job. These are going to come in right around the $40 price point at full retail, and you can sometimes catch them underneath that $40 price point. These are going to be coming in RPM 9. Nice pokey drop point blade with a stonewash finish. We have dual thumb studs for the deployment. This particular model has aluminum handles. They also have G10 variants as well. And then we have a nice minimal deep carry clip there. It is surface mounted, but the clip screws are recessed, and it is going to be left-hand friendly. Basically a knife that anyone can carry and hopefully most people can afford. We have great access to that liner there and very, very solid action. Really happy that CJRB and Sanford teamed up for this one. Now, I will have links to all these knives down in the description, and they are available in some form or fashion. The next knife we're taking a look at is a true breath of fresh air. This is coming from Trivisa. This is called the Array. And these are right around $50 to $55 depending on where and when you get them. But the reason this is a breath of fresh air is because we're not dealing with any old lock. We are dealing with a back lock, but they did this in such a way that it's just really solid feeling. If you want a robust lock but want all the benefits of a really good deployment, this is a good option right here. Not going to have that one-handed disengagement, but man, you can do it, with a little bit of practice, but mainly going to be a two-hand knife with the exception of some practice with it. We are looking at Trivisa's 14C28N. They do a great job with it. Nice drop point blade with a stonewash finish. We have dual thumb studs here. We have some semi-contoured micarta handles here, and it's some really, really nice looking stuff. We have an integrated backspacer and lanyard hole here. Deep carry clip that is lower mounted. It's completely recessed, and it is going to be left-hand friendly, making this a completely ambidextrous knife. It is very comfortable, and it feels like a very robust tool. And to get that kind of build quality and materials around $50 is a winner to me. Next up, we have one of my favorite knives of the last year or so, at least in regards to the budget category. This is the Real Steel Sylph, and a lot of my watchers, subscribers know that I'm a big fan of this knife right here. We are looking at a price tag of around $60, and we're going to be getting a nice pokey Nitro V blade. They have several different variations of this, different colorways that you can get. This is definitely one of my favorites with the all black and then the blue overlay. This is a double taco integral frame here. So we have a titanium frame with we have a steel frame with another steel frame wrapped around. So a single piece and a single piece wrapped together. It makes this very rigid, robust, and very comfortable because that's going to act like a full-length backspacer. Very comfortable, great sharpening toil. We also have really solid action out of this knife. We have a really well done pocket clip. I've always thought it reminded me of like a Lynch Northwest or MXG clip. Very nice clip. It is deep carry and it is going to be reversible. We also have really good access to the liner there, and the closing action is awesome. If you're just looking for a solid EDC knife for casual day-to-day stuff or even more, this is a great knife. So if you're looking for something that's more on the wild side, you can check out the Lothar Raphael here. This comes in right around the $65 to $70 mark, depends on where you get it and at what point in time. You can find these on sale, but I think even at the given price, there's quite a bit that's going into this budget knife here. We are looking at 14C 28N steel, nice dual ground kind of harpoon, traditional Japanese style tanto. Really cool looking blade shape and a really unique looking blade shape. We have a couple of cutouts here for aesthetic purposes. And then we have anodized hardware here, all red. The studs, pivot, the button, and the hardware screws here. Really has a cool contrast with the aqua green aluminum handle. And then we have an anodized aluminum backspacer there to match everything. The spring in here, guys, is really, really solid. I mean, the opening action on this, it's pretty impressive what these companies have accomplished in the last year in regards to making that opening action feel very, very satisfying. And Lothar here, they did a great job with this one. Got a shorter handle, but it's quite long. So it's going to fill out the hand in a sense, but it's not going to give you that big bear grip. But we are looking at a deep carry clip. It is recessed along with the screws, and it is going to be reversible. Lothar has continued to progress in the right direction as far as upgrading their materials and the quality control, the fit and the finish. They are doing a solid job, and I've seen testing and also my own experience with Lothar's 14C. It has proven to be a adequate steel for them. Next up, we are taking a look at the newer Kaiser Mini Momo here. We have a straight front flipper, and this is the 154 cm variant. They do have a couple different versions of the Mini Momo in the budget form, and then they have some premium Mini Momos as well. So anything you want from $50 to like $300 probably. They have different styles of Momos. This one comes right in at 80 bucks, and you're going to be looking at 14C or 154, a nice PVD coated drop point blade. You have that front flipper, as I mentioned, and it is extremely well done, along with the detent for this knife. Anything your heart desires when it comes to a front flipper, you'll be able to accomplish that with this knife. It is really well done. If you are ever looking to get into front flippers or you want to try out a good front flipper, this is easily a high pick for me. We are looking at anodized aluminum bolsters, and we do have micarta here along with a deep carry clip, and it's not going to be reversible on the Momo series. We also have a G10 backspacer, and this is all in with steel liners here. Really, really good action. Good access to the liner. This is chamfered away. Doesn't appear that way, but it's very easy to get in there and disengage that liner because of how much space you have before the liner there. The Mini Momo is one of my favorite Momos that Kaiser has done. Next up, we're taking a look at the Fintizo Cobra, but not just the regular old Cobra. This is the premium one in S35 and carbon fiber. Now, right now, as of recording this, I can't guarantee that, but on Amazon, the satin blade and carbon fiber version with S35 is half off right now at $72. I don't know how long that'll last. Can't guarantee they'll be there. But they are on sale on their website also for down around $80 with my code. So either which way, if you can definitely get one for 70-ish or whatever it is, that's a hell of a deal. But even at 80, they're on sale plus my coupon code. That is a good deal for this knife. You have that Schillen style blade shape, and we also have a cutout and rear flipper for the deployment on top of that S35 VN. Great blade shape for EDC and a very comfortable handle. Nice little swell at the butt end here. Just really forms to my hand very nicely. And then the button lock action on these are really, really good. And it has some good acoustics as well. And then we have a lower mounted pocket clip here that is going to be titanium and right hand carry only. And then we do have a lanyard hole here for the lanyard fans. I expect Fintizo to have a big year in 2025. And we can't put this knife away for too long, especially when it's still in stock. This is one of my favorite artisan knives, and this is one of my favorite knives under $100, period. This is the Artisan Cutlery Rebel here, and this is a Ray Laconico design, can you tell? And it is beautiful. This is such a good knife right here. We're looking at RPM 9. We have their sand polish finish. We have a cutout for deployment with some jimping up the spine. These are coming in at $90, and we're going to be getting a titanium frame lock here. We have a bunch of milling done on the show side and lock side. We are also looking at a titanium milled clip that is going to be reversible. We have great access to the lock bar there, and the action on these is absolutely perfect. I mean, great flick on the thumb and reverse, and then the closing action is absolutely just buttery smooth. The cutout is done really well. It's placed properly, just really solid, especially considering the price point of $90. Really like the Rebel. Here we have the North Mountain Blade Chop, and there are several different variations of this knife, guys. And the one I'm specifically talking about is coming in right around 120, but there are a couple others out there as well. These come in and out of stock very quickly. People just gobble them up in batches, it seems like. But we are looking at a San Mai steel here. This is SLD Magic, and that is becoming more and more prevalent in knife steels. That is like a tool steel. We have a traditional Japanese aesthetic here, Japanese Tanto style blade. We are looking at a rear flipper for the deployment with a nice rear flipper tab there. It's done really well. Button lock for our locking mechanism. This particular one is solid brass. It is a beefy and beastie boy frag texture on the show side. Complete brass all the way around till you get to the titanium clip there. But this is a really comfortable and really cool knife, especially if you're just looking to add to the collection. The Chop 2 is definitely a collector's piece. And don't let that fool you. I mean, it's a collector's piece, but it's still going to get the job done if you need an EDC. But speaking for collecting side as well, I am a collector first and foremost. The next knife we're talking about, this is coming in right around the $140 price point, and this is the new Vastid Akita, and they need to make an XL of this immediately, and I let them know that, actually. We're looking at S35VN for our steel choice here. Love the stonewash and blade shape. We have a nice full choil here, solid choke up. We have a cutout for deployment along with a front flipper. And because this is a Vanker lock, which is their pivot-based button lock, you're not exposed to any frame lock or anything like that. So you'll be able to grip this as a righty or lefty in any manner that you want. If you want to, do an over-the-top front flip, you can do that. Thumb and reverse flick with both hands will be absolutely money. You have a deep carry steel clip here that is reversible, and we're looking at anodized and textured aluminum handles here with a beefy lanyard tube and post back here. This knife and this lock is a perfect combination for that kind of robust feeling secondary type size knife. It is just a powerhouse with the lock, with the steel, the ergos. This thing is a dream in the hand, and then it's going to be backed up by all those great accoutrements. And next up, we have the Kubey Supercell. This has been kind of a quiet sleeper, I have noticed, and it's kind of been a quiet sleeper for me too. I've found myself getting this knife out more and more to carry it and use it, and it's held up very, very well, I should say. We're looking at Kubey for the OEM. It is a Kubey branded knife, but this is a Tempest design, which is KC there over at Knives Fast. We are looking at anodized titanium handles here with titanium hardware all the which way. We also have a milled titanium clip that's going to be reversible. We are also looking at a titanium backspacer with a hidden lanyard post here. And then Kubey does this kind of gray blasted finish, if you will. And I like it. It holds up pretty well, and it doesn't seem to cause any issues with corrosion or anything like that. And it doesn't matter how corrosion resistant the steel is, certain coatings and certain finishes to a steel will destroy it. Bead blast will destroy very stainless steels like 14C, M390. It wreaks havoc on blades, so I don't recommend it. But this isn't just a bead blast here. This is some sort of coating and finish on this blade. Looks like a sand polish to me. And then we have this long cutout here and a rear flipper tab. Kubey has really dialed the action in on these knives. Now, there are several different variations that you can get of this knife, different colorways. They're all going to come in right around that $150 price point. You guys will have to let me know, what price point are you looking at right now? And what are some of your favorite knives that come in under that $150 price point? I'd love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new to the channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll pop up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out for me. It truly helps as well. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.